Hello, everyone. My name is XV, and today I am with the amazing Mr. Burns. Thank you very much for tuning in today. It was an honor.
Don't call me Mr. Burns like a a guy from is it South Park or The Simpsons?
Simpsons.
Yeah, no. Don't throw me under the bus, man. James C. Burns, not Mr.
JC Burns.
Hello, Divas. Yes, Divas. No,
Yes.
it's hard enough being Woods, man. I don't want to be shitting on Divas all day.
For those who for those who do not know who James C. Burns is, he is the original voice actor for Frank Woods in the Black Ops series 1 and 2, and recently now on Wars.
Oh, 1, 2, 4, and Declassified. Let's not cut me short, man. I've been doing this for 11 years.
That's fair enough. Hey, you know more than I do, so I'm not gonna argue that factor.
Well, about this character, yes, I probably know more about this character than anybody else, but not. There's many more things that I'm going to learn from you today. I'm sure.
We'll see about that. Well, the first question is, back in 2009, when you officially got the role of Frank Woods, you were put together with such an amazing and star-studded, talented cast.
No, you got it all wrong. You haven't done your homework. You did not do your homework. There's an actual video on my YouTube channel. Did you go there? It says How I Became Woods.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Of course I did.
And you watch it. It's like I was never like the Woods thing happened by incremental chance. I took a job to test the technology for performance capture in this September of 2009. They liked me. They had me stick around, and I got the job to do the level testing. And then I did like that. I did another one, and then I had to audition for the role that I created. So I was never in the room with Sam Worthington or Ed Harris. They came on much later in the process. So that was the game. I had no idea what it was. I almost didn't take the job. It's a very famous story. I almost turned the job down because I had no idea what it was, what a video game. I had no idea what I was walking into. Had I probably would have been a little more intimidated because I had a lot of irreverence about things. So Woods is irreverent because I had no idea just what the magnitude of this industry was, and I was just like, have some fun today.
No, of course. Now, when you were actually like cast, besides all that auditioning, besides all that like motion capture stuff, how was it working with this cast when they later came on?
I didn't. I was never on set.
Oh, you're never on set with them. Okay.
Never ever. The guys I worked with, Emerson, a great actor named Emerson Brooks. He played Bowman. A great utility actor named Andrew Hawks played multiple characters. He played Hudson. He played Mason. Mason was mostly a tennis ball with a little face painted on it. Again, if you go into into the YouTube channel, you can see all these behind the site, and you'll see an actual picture of what I used as Mason for the Cuba scene. Mason was a tennis ball taped to a post. So yeah, I never really worked with anybody. The big stars. They came on much later. They came in like in the middle of. I started working on Black Ops 1 like March of 2010, and they came in and did their stuff sometime in the like Bowman. I think it brought them in last minute. So yeah, I really never had the opportunity to sit down and debut with those guys, but I did have great actors around me. Andrew Hawks. Gene Farber was on the show tomorrow. He was there as Weaver. So, yeah, I had great actors, but they weren't famous, which is probably better for me because they meant they worked a little harder, Because when the guys come, the big names, this is not a big deal for them. They show up, they do their pros and get it done and go home. I was dealing with guys day in and day out, so we had relationships with these actors, which is really good for the characters because we have relationships on screen.
No, so to me that's actually very interesting to actually like to learn that from you, because for years I thought that like you guys were all on the same screen together, and to seeing that from you was like, wow, that's a whole new learning experience for me personally. So that's pretty interesting to know.
That is not terribly unusual. I've been in a lot of jobs where I'll never see the actor I'm playing with. Sometimes they they'll shoot his stuff out and they'll shoot my stuff out, and it won't even be on the same day. That's the magic of being in movies, you know.
No, of
So
course.
yeah, especially with the video games, I don't. Again, there's a couple celebrities I worked with, but other than that, it was mostly utility guys, and they just pumped the voices in afterwards, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now back to your YouTube channel, Sarge's Corner. And yes, I did watch it. I did do some of my own little research before coming to this. You posted a couple behind the scenes videos of you making the Black Ops game with the full on motion capture suits and everything else that you mentioned before.
Yeah.
How much of your imagination did you have to use before seeing the end result of the game? Considering everything, like you said, was all in like tennis balls, like, you know, like Sam's character was all in tennis balls.
I think you're asking two questions at once. The first question is, what is the creative process when we're actually capturing the footage? Man, that is it is similar to doing what we call black box theater in New York. When I first started out, it's called black box theater. It's literally a theater, and you have a couple black boxes and very minimal props. You've got to sort of create your environment with minimal props, minimal set. Sometimes it's literally just two black boxes, and you use those to get creative. So being in the volume is very much the same thing. You know, okay, so where's the helicopter? It's over there. All right, so that rafter is the helicopter. Okay, those two guys, so that grip and that person, those are, you know, so you have to sort of transplant that what was in the room and use that as your focal points. And if you had actors with you, great. But usually, so it was a lot of it had to be done. You had to make it up in your head. And yeah, so I think the second question has something to do about did I think it was going to look the way it looked when I finally saw it? No, I had no idea what it was going to look like. I had no idea. I was clueless. But that's not unusual. You usually do a job, and especially with a movie, you may not see it for a couple of years. So you're usually on to the next project by the time the project comes out. So it's a very there is not a lot of instant gratification in the work we do. It's like you've got to really find it in other things. You're not going to see the results of your work for months, many months later.
That's kind of, you know, as someone who's like studying this kind of like the voice actors, the behind the scenes, yeah. I do know that once you finish your project, you're on to another one, you know, and it's nonstop.
Yeah, hopefully you got a next job lined up. That's it's nice to have a job lined up before your job ends, but most of the time as an actor, you're unemployed. I think 80% of the time you're unemployed looking for work. The job of an actor is not to act. It's an actor's job is to find work. That's what we do spend most of our time. Well, at least at my level, there's guys out there who are, you know, when you're star celebrity level, work finds you, you know, but most of us have to figure out, we have to hustle, we have to do auditions, we have to network. And even at the higher levels, to get the gigs you want, you really got to hustle. You got to find a way to hustle the industry.
Yeah. Almost definitely, especially in the Hollywood nowadays. You know, there's always something going on. There's gonna be these big games, these big movies coming out, and you gotta try your best to actually like be a part of that. You know.
Yeah. Hopefully you've got enough traction and enough visibility where people know you. But if not, then you gotta find a way to get them to, you know, recognize where you are. You know?
I'm pretty sure everyone nowadays knows the name Frank Woods, and they would associate that character with you already at this point, after the game being out for almost 11 years now.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's true. Actually, it's funny. We had breakfast with Jeff Leach, the new Ghost. We're buds. So we have breakfast, and a young man walks by and goes, "Aren't you?" Yeah. Happens a lot. Happened at Best Buy last week. Somebody, you're James Woods. I go, no. I'm James Burns. I play Sergeant Woods. So that happens a lot. People confuse like my name, Frank Burns or James Woods. So that happens more than you realize. Yeah.
Now, you know, as I mentioned, the entire Call of Duty franchise has only grown exponentially throughout the years, and so much has its fan base. Sergeant Frank Woods is now a fan favorite character throughout the entire community. How does it feel for this character to not only have such an impact on people, but also knowing you were part of two phenomenal games. In fact, probably four games that shaped up this community.
Yeah. Well, it's how do I say this? It's a great gig. Yeah, I love the gig. It's a blessing. They gave me so much freedom to really craft this character around my chassis, so to speak. It's kind of it's built on me. We're the same size. It's my voice, it's my movements. So what a blessing to be able to do that into the depth. I wrote for the character. I wrote most of the dialogue in Black Ops 2. I did a lot of the writing in Black Ops 4. So to be given that blessing of being able to go out and just do that to build a character and even write your own lines, that's unheard of. So I have such appreciation for that. I don't know, man. It's a great gig. It's a great gig. I mean, it's something where I have every day I wake up and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do this. And like I said, it's been 11 years. And yeah, it's just a lot of gratitude, man. That's all I got to see. I can break down the little pieces, but it's a lot of gratitude to have the opportunity to do this, guy.
No, most definitely. And considering that you've been this character for I would say, like you said, 4 games.
Black Ops 2, Black Ops 4, and then Black Ops Declassified.
Yes. When I found out about Frank Woods being back, but you not being casted yet, I'm like, what? Why?
You imagine how I felt. Like, wait a minute, what? Wait, because when I first heard the someone sent me some dialogue, right? And hey, is this you? I go, well, it sounds like me, but I don't remember doing this. I go, I really thought I had Alzheimer's. I go, something's wrong because I don't remember doing these lines. And then I found they had somebody else, imitating Wood's voice. Like, wow, that's weird. Okay, because I came out of the blue, I had no idea what's going on, none whatsoever. So yeah.
No, yeah.
Imagine my surprise. It's like, is that me? Because it sounds a lot like me.
I will give credit to where credit's due. He sounded very similar to the way you sounded originally, but again, he's not the original. And to me personally, I love the original. I love you.
Well, the thing is this. Damon's, he's a pro, man. He did what they asked him to do, and I think he caught a lot of unfair criticism because they hired someone to sound like my Woods. That means that that's not his organic voice. I mean, Woods is built on me, my voice, my inflections. So he's coming in, and they're hiring a guy to sound like that. So to me, that cheats the actor out of really creating an original character. Now it's like, all right, now it's like it's sort of like it's a layer on top of the organic. And I thought there's some lines, especially in the battle chat. I think that's sure he nailed it. Sounds just like me. That's like, well, okay. But if you're gonna have a guy who sounds just like me, why not hire me? It's like if you're gonna hire a guy to sound like me, I'm sitting here, So that's the mystery of it all, right?
I kind of compare this entire scenario to kind of similar to Troy Baker and Mark Hamill, because originally Mark Hamill was the voice of the Joker from most of the Arkham games and most of the Batman series. Troy Baker came in the Arkham Origins to kind of bring a younger version of Mark Hamill's Joker, and people shitted on him for that. So again, he did a phenomenal job.
But that's an age thing. Troy Baker's much younger. Me and Damon are about the same age, so it's not it's not the quality. It's not that. No, I don't know what it is. It's just that it's not an age thing because we're kind of the same age. It definitely is. Don't know what it is, and it's not like Woods is. My Woods goes from being basically 32 to 126. So I played the whole age range for this guy. Again, it's a mystery. I do not know what happened. I do not know to think it. We never talked about anything, and I didn't know the project was going on until after, like somebody texted me on Twitter, said, "Hey, is this you?" I go, "Sounds like me, but it's not."
Whereas to me personally, I do like have my own little imagination of like, what if Black Ops was an actual movie and the actual original actors came back to reprise their role in like live action? To me, I've thought of that before.
The problem is this: a lot of voice actors don't look like their characters physically. They're not built that way. A lot of these guys, you'd be like, oh, okay. What's interesting is when people meet me, they kind of get it. Oh shit, you look like Woods. You move like, because it was built on me. A lot of voice actors aren't that physically inclined. They're artistic in another way, so they're not really built like they could have been an athlete or a soldier. So you'd be surprised, like, oh, that doesn't fit at all. And their ages are not quite the same. So yeah, it'd be an interesting thing. You couldn't really cast a film off of the voice actors. A lot of them just don't look anything like the characters they play.
No, of course, and that I completely understand. But to me personally, it would be pretty cool to see all the original cast members back doing like one last thing.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
So, well, that's first all the questions I had for you. I did want to show you one thing before I end this interview, and I'm pretty sure you don't know this at all, but I am a graphic designer. I make artwork. I make stuff like this. So I got first something I do for all my guests on this is that I give them like a little gift, thanking them for being on the show.
Sure.
And I had the absolute most fun making this artwork for you. So this is it.
What's up? Dude, that is beautiful, dude. That is beautiful. It's gorgeous, bro. Where'd you put that up?
This is going to be up probably next, very soon. I'm gonna post this little design up on my Instagram. I'm gonna send you this, by the way. This is yours, by the way. This is.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. You just need James C. Burns on there someplace.
Oh, don't worry. I might add that somewhere because I can still add it somewhere. But
dude, that is a gorgeous piece of work. That is.
Thank you.
Stunning.
Thank you.
It's gonna go right over there. That's my other art wall.
Oh, that's amazing.
You're gonna go on the wall, dude.
Thank you, man. I do appreciate that. It's awesome to hear from you. If I'm here like shaking, we're like, oh my god.
It's beautiful. It's stunning.
But yes, I will send you this your way when I have a chance. Again, also thank you very much for being part of this. It was an absolute pleasure, having the opportunity to interview you and learn a lot about this. So.
I'm glad I can do it for you, man. I'm glad I can show up. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. No, of course, most definitely. Now, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Mr. James C. Burns, thank you very much again. And if you can, I want to ask one thing of you. Can you please recite your favorite line from the Black Ops series?
There are so many. You pick one you want, I'll give it to you. Brother, there's hundreds of lines, and they're all my favorites, depending on the day.
Okay. Can you please see the line, "You can't kill me"?
You can't kill me!
Oh, I love that. It just gives me like whole nostalgia. I was like 10 years old playing that game. Oh my god.
Yeah. That would be 10 years, almost 11 years ago. This fall, 11 years this fall. Yeah.
My god.
Yeah, 11 years.
I was a kid just coming home from like middle school playing that game and just having the chance to talk to you. They're like, they're coming full circle. The game I literally grew up playing. Yeah. I'm not interviewing you. That's all. Yeah. I'm still processing this. Exactly.
Still alive and kicking,
Exactly, right? And like, in the words of Superman, Tony, Batman, you're too stubborn to die.
Too goddamn mean to die. That's who you are.
All right. Again, thank you very much for being part of this. I do appreciate you.
Hey, man, great job. Good talking to you.
Thank you very much.